Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Islamic Finance at the Capital. I'm Amirul, and today I'm with the founding executive director of ISRA, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Akram Lardin. Doctor, thank you for being a speaker today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
First and foremost, what is ISRA?
Okay. I think as you have pointed out, ISRA is the acronym for the International Sharia Research Academy for Islamic Finance. Actually, ISRA was established by Bank Negara Malaysia in 2008. And before that, the International Center for Education in Islamic Finance, which is INCIEF, was founded in 2006, in which INCIEF is the university that was established by Bank Negara, and ISRA, basically our mandate that was given is to conduct research in Islamic finance. That is the reason why, if you look into our vision, we want to become the premier Sharia research center in Islamic finance. And of course, I mean, the vision of ISRA is that the mission of ISRA is that, I mean, actually we take the word ISRA, which start with I, stand for the integration of Sharia expert and industry practitioners, because we know that, you see, in Islamic finance, it is not just about fiqh mu'amalah. Of course, fiqh mu'amalah is the foundation of Islamic finance, but on top of that, we have to understand that all these principles of fiqh, which was developed long time ago, which was there in the Islamic history, which was there during the early inception of Islam, we put it into practice. So we need the combination of the academic, I mean, the theoretical aspect of it, and also the practical aspect of it. So that is the reason why Bank Negara have come up with this idea of having ISRA. You see, one is it to integrate between the expert and Sharia expert and industry practitioners. The second one, I mean, the S stand for, right? Yeah, the acronym S stand for Synergizing Total Human Capital Development in Islamic Finance.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
I mean,
so what do you mean by that?
You see, as it is now, you see, everywhere when we talk about Islamic finance, people are talking about the scarcity, okay, of experts, particularly when it comes to Sharia. That's why probably you might have read that, I mean, in some report which says that, you see, you have one Sharia scholars, as an example, sitting on multiple boards, you see. So our task is, of course, I mean, to develop more and more, you see, Sharia scholars, so that, I mean, we can have more people on the ground who can serve the industry, not only in Malaysia, but Alhamdulillah, I would say that we have managed to even export some of the experts that we have in Malaysia to sit on some of the Sharia board outside Malaysia and are relevant to the market needs. I think this is important. You see, I can come up with all the wonderful theories, okay, but if it is not applicable on the ground, then, I mean, the theory will be just there in the book, okay. And finally, A is authoritative in research finding. And I think, I mean, we are in existence for the past 3.5 years, okay. We can see that the impact is there, particularly not only in Malaysia, but even, I mean, some standard setters outside Malaysia, as well as, I mean, the Fiqh Academy and others invite us, you see, to give our input, to give whatever that we can in order to assist them to come up with certain decision. So Alhamdulillah, I think that is basically what ISRA is all about.
Right. Latching on to your S, meaning the synergization of the
human capital.
Yeah. So basically, you're widening the pool of talents available.
Yes.
Is there a real shortage, or is it just a misnomer that there is a shortage of talents in the industry?
Okay. You see, when we talk about Islamic finance, right? I mean, as I mentioned earlier on, okay, we do have many graduates, Sharia graduates particularly, all right? But then I think the issue that we have now is that, I mean, people like me, when I graduated early on, you see, during my undergraduate, I learned all the concepts that is there in the book of fiqh. You talk about ijara, you talk about mudarabah. I mean, all this we do learn it.
In theory, but not practically.
Yes, but we do learn in the context of the classical application of these theories. But now, I mean, how to put this theory into the practice? So many those graduates, I mean, who learn the theoretical aspect of it, they lack the expertise, okay, in putting it into practice. So this is, you know,
where
the
Isra
role
comes in.
where Isra comes in. You see, where our job is that, okay, we have Sharia graduate, let's say, okay, and particularly our focus is very much on those Sharia advisors, those are sitting on the Sharia boards of different banks. So from time to time we will update them, okay, with the latest development, as well as, I mean, the latest products that is there in the market, standards. Even we will highlight the decision that is being made by the Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia and whatnot. You see, so we will keep them abreast with the latest development, because most of these Sharia advisors, they are academicians, okay, so they have, you know, their teaching, blah blah, whatever that they are doing, but then we need to give them input in order for them to be able to understand the market, because the market is moving very fast. All right, and you know, usually, I mean, through my humble experience dealing with the people in the market, you see, they give you some question, they send you email today, they expect the answer yesterday.
Of course, it's like the forex market is always changing.
Oh yes,
time
yes,
to time.
you see.
Having said that, there have been comments or remarks made that the role of Isra is actually a duplication. Why do I say that? It's because there are Sharia Advisory Council on both the Bank Negara and Securities Commission level. There is the universities themselves, UIA and other universities. There's also IAIS, and all these are doing what you are also doing. Your comments on this?
Okay. If you look at the, I would say, value proposition that we have in ISRA, the uniqueness of ISRA is that, first is that we are the only Sharia Research Academy in Islamic finance in Malaysia. Globally, apart from ISRA, there is another one which is in Jeddah, Islamic Research Training Institute, which is under the IRTI, which is under the IDB.
Also headed by a Malaysian.
Yes, it's also headed by my friend. Okay, so basically globally there are only these two entity. Okay, even though I would say that IRTI, the focus is more on economic side. If you look at their publication, they are focused more on economic side. But ISRA, our role is that we are focused more on the Sharia side, okay, and we do other things as well. I mean, so globally there are only two research academy. And when we talk about Islamic finance, and of course, I mean, we do have universities that is producing graduates and whatnot, but their focus is very much on teaching. I mean, research, some are doing research, you see, but then our focus is very much in coming up with the research, you see, and making sure that whatever issue that is there in the market, okay, we try to address it. You see, and the other value proposition that you can see with ISRA is that we engage with the market. You see, I think this is one of the things that probably some of our colleagues in the university, sometimes they are a little bit detached from the people in the market. Since, I mean, we are here, so we are very much in contact in the market. That is the reason why, in fact, in the research that we do not come up with the topic or areas that we want to do on our own, but we will usually have what we call as the lunch briefing, lunch discussion with the people in the market. We will call people from different, practitioners from the market from time to time. We will sit down with them, discuss with them what are the issues, let's say, in the banking sector, what are the issues in the capital market, what are the issues in takaful, money
and
market.
This is conducted
regularly, yes, on continuous basis. You see, so we interact with that. From there on, we come up with the topic, and even in the research that we do, okay, we usually will have research clusters. right? Research clusters which comprise of Sharia expert. We have the academic. We have the practitioners component in it.
So the clusters are formed based on specific issues rather than...
Yes, exactly. You see, so we discuss, and you can see that the input, of course, I mean, people from the market, we don't expect them to write down, I mean, to write. You see, but what we did is that for them to give their input,
Yes.
you know, because they are busy people. So that's why we always call them, I mean, during lunch hour, come and sit with us, have a lunch, have the chit chat. Please give your input in the topic that we are discussing. So, I mean, these are the kind of things that we are doing, you see, in which I think, inshallah, hopefully, I mean, that will really bridge the gap. I mean, that is, you know, the value proposition that we have, you see, probably which is different from what other institution that is offering.
Dr. Akram, when you say you address the issues pertaining, for example, by Bitaman Ajil or the recent furor over forex trading, when you say you address the issue, does ISRA gives out fatwa or do you work with the National Fatwa Council, or what's the situation?
Okay, usually because ISRA is not a standard setting body, we are not a fatwa body, you see, but we are a research entity. So our role is very much in providing the input. So that is the reason why even the National Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara, we do give our input from time to time. If they have certain issues in which they discuss, you see, they will inform us, and we will provide, I mean, the research, see, and we will present it to them. Of course, I mean, the decision at the end of the day is theirs. You see, similarly, we do contribute to the Majlis Fatwa Kebangsaan as well. I mean, particularly, I mean, only in areas related to Islamic finance. They will call us and ask us to present to them, I mean, the finding of certain issues. So we will provide the input to them, and they will issue the fatwa.
So basically, when you say ISRA specializes in Islamic finance, basically the capital markets, takaful, do you draw a line between Islamic finance per se and Islamic economics? Where do you delineate or draw the line, or is it just a line in the sand?
Actually, I mean, from my perspective, is that, you see, I mean, Islamic economics is wider. You see, I mean, it is very much at the macro level. You see, and Islamic finance is one component. That's why, you see, when people say that, I mean, one of the critique that we can hear from some quarters is they say that, well, I mean, how Islamic finance, I mean, we have Islamic finance for the past 30 years, almost more than 30 years, you see. But, I mean, we cannot see that Islamic finance is contributing towards eliminating poverty and whatnot, social, you know. So I said that it is unfair for us to just point to Islamic finance. You see, I mean, we have to look at a wider scope. You see, in Islam, you have, let's say, the Zakah institution, you have the Waqaf institution. So Islamic finance is part and parcel of the holistic system that we have. You see, so we have to understand that Islamic finance is only one portion or one component within the wider component of Islamic finance. You see, so we need to really work together, you see, to have, I mean, synergize, I mean, all our effort in order for us to address, you see, the social issues as well as the poverty issue and SME and whatnot.
Okay. Dr. Akram, hold on to your thoughts while we take a short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Islamic Finance at the Capital. We are with Dr. Akram, the founding executive director of ISRA.
Yeah.
Dr. Akram, basically there are two departments in ISRA which do different but related matters. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, as it is now, we have One is the most important department within ISRA is the research department. Okay, and the second one we have we call it ICON, which stands for ISRA Consultancy.
Right. I find that name interesting. Okay, let's talk about the research department first.
Okay, I mean the research department mainly actually I mean at the early day when we started ISRA, we have only research department. In which research department, of course, I mean undertake research projects such as as well as the publication project. Now, if I can highlight some of the specific research that we have done, you see, first, I mean we have developed the perimeter, what we call as the perimeter, and Sharia principle and legal issues of Wa'ad. Wa'ad is a unilateral undertaking. You see, this is widely being used in Islamic finance, and some people claim that it has been stretched and whatnot. So we have come up with the perimeter for this, and on top of that, we have also come up with an analysis. You see, on the asset-backed as well as asset-based sukuk, and what are the issues of this pertaining to this issue. And I think the latest one that we have come up is with about the Sharia perimeter for forex transaction for individual online trading. You see, that is also the other important issue that we have come up with it. Now, in terms of publication, which is also under the purview of the research department, I think one of the very high impact publication